Oh man. That was a day. Joe was just up here. We had a little meet and greet situation on a Saturday. Joe and I got to thinking, and we're like, you know what, man? We have this big pond in our backyard, right? It would be really cool to stock it with some really cool koi. And we've been kind of on this carp kick too. We've been coming out with the new CarpN Corn.
This stuff right here.
And we figured, why not go try to catch some koi? I know there's a spot locally down south from here where there's a pretty good possibility in a public lake that we could catch some koi and transfer them legally into my pond. So what we ended up doing is traveling a little south of here. All right, well, we're to the spot. Hopefully we get these coisters to bite. We've already shown pretty heavy over here, so hopefully we get. I haven't seen any coisters either. We ended up trying for the bite, and to be honest with you, it just was not happening. We started seeing carp anglers there. It's an avid carp lake. We know that there's like goldfish and koi and carp in this place. I believe there's even some mirror carp in this place, and we started to see anglers get up and walk away after being there almost all day. So after a little bit, we ended up getting up and headed back out and decided to just maybe check out a pet shop. So we cruised over to the pet shop locally that I know has some koi and I know has some really healthy fish. We stopped in there and seen if that was a good solution. So the fish were extremely healthy, right? Everything that we wanted was there at the shop, but it had definite retail pricing. And let's just face it, we just weren't going to like show these carp or anything or these koi. We were gonna just release them in a big 12-acre pond. Might not ever see them again. I mean, the pond is so deep, they could just hang out at the bottom for the rest of their life and we'll never see them again. So we didn't want to drop a couple $100, $300, $400, even $200 on one fish at a time, you know what I mean? So we kind of packed it up. We went back to the homestead and ended up deciding that the next day was gonna be the jam. Now we found this farm that a guy named Dave owns called 5F Fish Farm. Dave taught us a bunch right out the rip. He was a super cool dude, had a bunch of fish to choose from, and we found the spot. I mean, this spot was sweet. Check this out.
Like some of those bigger ones would be.
Dude, we found the spot, Joe.
How much would something like that be worth? I'm just curious.
I'd have to see it. It could be as cheap as $30. It could be as much as 200.
And not only was the spot sweet, but he had some pricing that was right in our budget. The only problem is we forgot that he was cash only. So we had to run over to Dollar General real fast, grab some money so that we could secure the fish that we were looking for. Money in hand, Joe.
Got some cash keys.
Heading back to the old, what do they call it?
The old
hatchery.
5F Fish Farm.
We're going in.
We gotta go get Dave, man. I like Dave.
Money in hand, we ended up zooming right back over to see Dave, and we ended up securing some hybrids.
A hybrid is this cross between a white bass and a striper.
They don't naturally reproduce. They last about 5 years and they get really big. I think the kids is gonna like this. We ended up securing a little school of wipers, along with, I believe, 5 koi. Now, I think the biggest koi that we had was a pretty good size, say about 14 inches, maybe 16. We paid Dave up. We ended up getting in the truck and headed back to the homestead for a cool release video. Now, what's neat about these fish is as long as they live in the atmosphere that we put them in, they can last up to 200 years old. I never knew that about koi. I think that's very cool. My grandkids, maybe my great-great-grandkids, might be feeding this carp in the back of my pond. Now, the way Dave told us to set these up is you have to acclimate certain species of fish. Some are more hardy species of fish that don't require a lot of acclimation.
The process of acclimating is where you take water from the source that you're putting them in and slowly introduce them to that water.
So fish acclimated, we ended up putting them right into the pond and got some really cool release videos of not only the koi, but also the white heading down into the depths of the pond. Now, not gonna lie, we have bass in there and they were very curious. They were chasing at first, but what I noticed after watching them for about an hour or two is the wipers would school up. And when the wipers school up like that, it was really cool to see that the bass almost saw it as one singular fish and wouldn't mess with them. And I will say that those little wipers are much faster than an average bass. So the possibility of them getting away is very likely. Now, I let them rest after a while and I ended up coming back to the lake later in the day, and it was really cool to see the wipers schooled back up and the bass were not messing with them. They were just kind of perusing around. Even saw one of the koi sitting underneath the pontoon boat, which was pretty cool. So more of the story here is, if you're looking to stock a pond, if you're looking to get a koi, not only is it fun, yes, it's fun, it's possible to go out and catch you a koi or even a specific species of fish, but it's a lot easier to deal with someone like Dave over at 5F Fish Farm, where you can go in, purchase it, it comes in an aerated bag, you take it right to the spot that you're introducing the fish in.
Bada bing, bada boom.
You got fish.
Now, I'm super excited to see what's to come. I think as time progresses, I'm probably gonna introduce more and more fish to this pond. I think it's gonna be cool to see. The kids are gonna love it. Hey, I hope that you got something from this video. I know this is not typical of a typical Cast Cray how-to video, but I thought it would be cool to document my experience on how to get koi or a specific species of fish into your pond and how to do it easily. And I thought it was cool to see the fish released. So big shout out to 50 Fishing, link in the description below. That's my dude, Joe. He's part of our pro staff and a very good friend of mine, and he's the one who helped me through this whole process. He has some really cool pond maintenance and pond stocking videos that I think he plans on coming out soon. I'd recommend going give him a subscribe and checking him out. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you smash our subscribe button, click that thumbs up, make sure you ring the bell so you're getting all the notifications, share it with your favorite friend, and we appreciate you watching. Have a great day. Woo!